10 riddles for 1000 IQ people. Riddle number 1, roadside accident. In our first scenario, we have Jennifer coming back from a long, and by long, we mean soul-sucking long day at the office. While she was driving on her way, she dozed off at the wheel. She lost control of the car and it started to move in a zigzag motion. The woman was extremely tense and she panicked, so she could not take control of the car. As a result, the car broke at the nearest fence and drove itself into a nearby river. Now, under God knows how many feet of water, poor Jennifer could not move or do anything as she was restrained by the seatbelts and was stuck in her position. 3 hours later, the rescue team arrived and successfully took out the woman who was stuck under the water for a painfully long time. To everyone's shock, Jennifer was completely fine and rescued. How did she manage to survive? You have 15 seconds. Time's up. The answer is that while she was stuck underwater in her car, the water level reached her throat. It was really a close save. Now let's move on to our next riddle. This is the riddle of the day. Number 2, risky escape. Will is trapped in a room that has 2 doors. There is no window and he can only see a chair, table, and a tiny hole in the ceiling. One door has a venomous snake guarding it, while a glass tunnel leads away from the second door. Unfortunately for Will, the thick glass tunnel magnifies the reflected sunlight. As soon as Will steps through, he will be burnt alive from the blazing temperature. It's time for you to guess now. How will Will escape the room? Did you solve this strange riddle? Will can only escape the room by waiting until nightfall. He can check when it's dark out through the hole and then make his brave escape through the glass tunnel because now it's safe. Riddle number 3, happy birthday. You're at a party, you have 7 gifts in your birthday party, and you have to cut your birthday cake only 3 times and distribute it equally among the 7 participants and yourself. How will you do it? You have 15 seconds to decide. Did you guess how the cake has to be cut? Easy. You have to cut the cake into 4 equal parts. 1 horizontal line that divides the cake into 2 equal halves, and then 1 vertical line that divides the cake into 4 equal halves. After that, this is the real trick. You have to cut the cake laterally. This will result in 8 equal slices of your birthday cake, which will be equally distributed among 8 people. Number 4, diamond heist. In our next riddle, it's more of a crime scene. A notorious criminal named El Chapo broke into a jeweler's house and stole the biggest diamond in the city. After conducting thorough research, the police were finally able to find the culprit. When they made him stand in front of the extreme machine and took an x-ray of him, the diamond was nowhere to be seen. But when they arrested him, the diamond was clearly in his hand. Where could he be hiding the diamond if the x-ray machine didn't pick it up? Did you get it? The answer is that El Chapo successfully snuck the diamond into the pockets of one of the police officers while they were taking him for an x-ray examination. This is why the diamond was not in his possession. Number 5, prank. Our next riddle is more like a very mean prank pulled by the friends of Charlie. The prank might sound a little too love, but it is what it is. They stripped him off of all of his clothes and left him in a small room. They gave him a task that he had to complete so that he could escape from the room. In that task, he had to take out a tennis ball that was at the bottom of a very narrow cylinder standing in the middle of the room. 2 hours later, he successfully took out the ball and managed to leave the room. But the question is, how did he do it? His arm was too thick for the extremely narrow cylinder, and the ball was literally at the bottom of the cylinder. So, how did he do it? You have 15 seconds to guess. Now, this answer might be just a little bit disgusting. No matter what you say, it worked. Charles urinated in the narrow cylinder which made the ball float and come up. Yuck. Number 6, murder mystery. In our next riddle, we have a mystery for you to solve. Jake lives far away from the rest of the population of the city and rarely leaves his house. A guy delivered newspapers daily, another delivered groceries, and a postman used to give him letters at home. On a regular Thursday, when the guy went to his house to deliver his daily newspaper, he found him lying in a pool of blood, dead. He saw 3 bottles of milk, a newspaper that said Tuesday Special, a loaf of bread, and a few pills. As soon as the police reached the crime scene, they arrived to the conclusion that Jake had been brutally murdered. The only clues they had was the random stuff on the table. The coroner told the police that Jake had died on Tuesday. Who killed Jake? It was the newspaper guy. There was only a Tuesday Special newspaper. He knew that Jake was dead, so he didn't bother to slip Wednesday and Thursday's newspaper. Number 7, college vandalism. Ron got a motorbike for his birthday. To say he was over the moon would be an understatement. The next day, Ron took his bike to his college. There, he left it in the parking lot. When he came to check on it, he saw that someone had broken the mirrors. When Ron asked security, they told him that only 3 people had come out of the building during that time: Harry, Jack, and Diane. Diane is the girl Ron rejected 2 weeks ago, and Harry and Jack are his classmates. Harry says that he was in the cafeteria, and Jack confirms, saying that he was with him. Harry then accuses Diane, saying she's probably using this as a way to get back at Ron for rejecting her. Diane says that she was with her mom. Who is the vandal? You have 15 seconds starting now. Jack has a paper bag with takeout written on it, so he and Harry must be lying. They're the ones that did it. Number 8, dangerous choices. In our next riddle, you're out exploring and get stuck in a cave. There are 4 ways out. One has venomous spiders, one has poisonous gas, and the other molten lava, and the last has snakes in it. Take your time to think your way out of this cave. You have 15 seconds starting now. Well, time's up. The answer that won't end you up being dead is the tunnel with venomous spiders. Generally, spiders are more scared of humans and they try their best to avoid us, so the safest way out is to walk carefully through the spider tunnel. Number 9, parking thief. In our next riddle, Sophia is out shopping, but her day gets ruined thanks to a thief who snatches her purse and drives off in a red car. The security locks the entire parking lot of the mall and brings forward 3 people who own a red car. Alyssa says that she was in the mall shopping. Carlos says that he was about to pay his ticket and drive out, while Nick says that he just parked his car. Who's lying? Is it Nick? Is it Carlos? Or is it Alyssa? What do you think? It's Nick. If you'd been paying attention, you would have seen a parking ticket on his car. Nick was lying. Number 10, find the way. In our last riddle, you're stuck in a maze designed by a crazy scientist. To be free, you have to choose one of 3 doors. One has snakes, the other has bloodthirsty polar bears, while the third has saltwater piranhas. You have to make your choice, and you can only choose one door. You have 15 seconds. The correct answer is the third door. Piranhas aren't found in saltwater. In fact, they're found in freshwater. They can't survive in salty water. The scientists lied to you and try to test your knowledge. Click one of these 4 videos on screen right now.